Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Mark and this is a Layer 1X special. I'm going to do a narration of the Layer 1X white paper from start to finish. Now I'm going to break it up a bit because I don't want you guys falling asleep. Without further ado, let's get into the white paper. Layer 1X and the University of Western Australia. And you might be asking yourself, why those? Why is the Uni of WA there? Well, the Uni of WA helped put together the white paper. And just for a bit of background, the University of Western Australia is in the top 100 universities in the world. And it's got a very well-known, respected and renowned blockchain department. And I believe, off memory, it's been going since 2017. So Layer 1X, enabling scalability and interoperability with mobile computing. White paper version 2. Abstract. Scalability and interoperability challenges hinder the vast adoption and sustainability of blockchain-oriented solutions. This paper describes Layer 1X, an interoperable, decentralized, secure and scalable Layer 1 smart contract protocol. To provide interoperability, this paper proposes to change the terminology to crosstalk. L1X offers two virtual machines. One is termed as Crosstalk Virtual Machine, and the other is the Core Virtual Machine, which is called L1X Virtual Machine. Crosstalk is a subset of the L1X VM. Crosstalk leverages the ability to allow native and multi-chain transactions, interact, authenticate, validate, and pass smart contract invocation and implementation, which paves the way for multiple use cases. For example, cross-chain tokenization, staking, which results in situations where an asset is tokenized on chain A and a borrow is done on chain B. The difference between crosstalk and bridges are many, but at the core is the ability to modify the payload to be sent to the destination chain based on third-party conditions and to check the destination payload compatibility, which is only done by the user at the core by optionally choosing the L1X multi-sig functionality. The consensus mechanism has been renamed from Proof of Participation to Proof of X. The consensus mechanism has full nodes and mobile-enabled or low CPU-powered devices that act as validators on the network. To provide and maintain an inflationary growth rate of decentralization as the protocol scales, it is important to consider the following points. Number 1. Staking and a dynamic ceiling allocation on the staked value. Number 2. Randomization algorithm for block proposing for the nodes. Number 3. Cluster allocation and randomization rotation of the cluster. Number 4. The ability to allow mobile-enabled devices or low-powered chipsets to be the validators on the network. The validator's role is to maintain an encrypted format of cluster registry checkpoints, and other randomization-related features. This combined with the ability of the L1X VM, which can compile WASM bytecode to eBPF bytecode, will pave the way for decentralized cloud computing. These features of L1X work together to provide an incremental growth rate of decentralization as the network scales and adds more clusters and validators to the protocol. To provide security in a decentralized ledger, smart contract platforms, there are areas such as block proposing, state registry maintenance, accidental forking, and others that are being investigated. From L1X perspective, the protocol must redefine the security components as it includes features built from the ground up, including its virtual machine, crosstalk, consensus mechanism, and multi-sig native on-chain collection. The Pentagon framework is used where the goal is to remove the problems of the following: updating the state, flashcode logic validation, deterministic behavior of the virtual machine, randomized selection of block proposer, and randomizing the cluster registry within the validators. To solve the Pentagon problem, there are certain technology components that need to come together in the form of innovation in a Layer 1 smart contract platform. Those components are: number 1, WASM to eBPF compiler. Number 2, crosstalk architecture, and system workflow with its implementation. Number 3. Native multi-sig contract that is native and multi-chain compatible with the involved users. To provide a scalable and high-performance system that delivers a high throughput initially and can have an elasticity behaviour to its growth rate of requirements. L1X has positioned itself to initially provide 100,000 transactions per second on launch and have a 2 to 3 digit growth rate. L1X and its capability to interact with the various technologies that it provides, including the virtual machine, cluster-based node, architecture and state management, hybrid consensus mechanism, and crosstalk synchronous transactions processing provides a framework for a scalable protocol. The focus of the protocol is to provide a faster seconds per transaction, and using zero-knowledge proof trailing system provides a framework for a protocol that does not only provide high transactions per second, but also a faster time frame for second per transaction. The L1X consensus mechanism also delivers a capability to host subnets, providing governments, larger enterprises, and businesses, which is public, private, or hybrid networks, requiring smart contract privacy, custom consensus mechanism rule set, and full node to validate a node ratio settlement, providing a mechanism to tap into the existing infrastructure without needing a layer 2 solution. These subnets allow to, after a certain interval through time and block, roll information to the main chain if the involved entity decides to extend its security. Finally, transactions and block statistics reveal that L1X achieves a compact transaction size of 100 bytes, 500 milliseconds short block time, quick transaction finality in 1.5 seconds, and 5 meg manageable block size, paving the way for efficient and scalable transaction processing.